Hi, hi, hi. Very good.
Yeah, that was about 2 out of 10.
Now, I was about to say that.
Yeah, come on, everybody. Woo!
All right, still terrible. You guys must be having a terrible day. That's okay.
I need to get my cowbell.
That's right. All right, guys. So what I'm going to do, though, hopefully we're going to cheer that day up and we're going to get quite serious. We're going to talk about some really cool stuff. More than anything, I'm going to go over this. We've touched on this before, but realistically, I don't think everybody understands it. So we are going to go into the Mill Team Vision in a second. But before anything, guys, I want to open it up to any recognition. Guys, any recognition, we're just going to go through this as quickly as possible. So if you do have people to recognize, chuck them down in the chat box, guys. Who they are, what they did, and where we're at today, guys. Chuck that down in the chat box. And super excited to hear about any new customers, new members, new marketing plan pins, anything, guys, you want to chuck that in there. Congratulations, we go for best speaker for Perth. Yes, guys. And actually, you know what? That reminds me. I did actually put together. I should have taken a lot more pictures of that, but I just did want to kind of show you how the company treats you and how incredible it is to actually be picked as a guest speaker and travel interstate to tell your story. So I did actually have a thing for that. Thank you for reminding me, actually, Lisa. That just reminded me. Everybody else for now, I want to put your while we're watching this, guys, chuck all the recognition in the chat box, and we'll get back to that in a second. All right. So, guys, super cool. To put this in perspective, guys, the company pays for your flights, your accommodation, everything like that. But it's such a little detail on that they don't really talk about. And, you know, just the benefits, you know, again, for me, I actually lost my license and I'm only just getting it back. So when the company says that they're going to give you a limousine driver and pick you up and take you to the airport, well, that was just bloody handy. So, you know, and then this is kind of what it looks like, guys. So it's a pretty cool experience, guys. I mean, like I said, they pick you up, you get your own limousine driver, and he'll take you to the airport. You go to the airport, and on the other side of the airport, there's somebody there with the little name and that. You ever seen those? And you go, who the hell are these people picking up? Well, guys, when you're in Herbalife and you get to a certain position and they start flying around, you become those people, guys. So you have that both ways. Super cool. Stayed at the Hilton Hotel. It was amazing. And, of course, had, like, food and beverages and everything paid for as well. So, guys, if that's something that's interesting to you, then get Team, and it'll start happening for you too. All right, so that was super fun for me, guys. Also, guys, so we've got some more people to recognize here. We have a new ambassador, Melanie. She is super pumped and inspired. Is Melanie on the call by any chance, Jade? Is Jade on the call? Unfortunately not. Well, that's okay, guys. Let's clap it up for Melanie anyway, guys. Well done. Guys, that was complete rubbish. All right. If this is a That was terrible. Guys, there's how many people? There's 17 people on the call. That is not what 17 people sounds like clapping. So we're going to try that again. Welcome and congratulations to Melanie. There we go. All right. Come on, guys. Come on. Let's go. All right. We've also got some more people, guys. All right. So we've also got 2 new clients converted from trial and referrals. Is that to you, Lisa? Awesome. Well done, Lisa.
Can I just share my lady who was the trial converted? She very thin lady, 44 kilos. She's 56 years old, and she was. This was one of our door-to-door business things, and she gained one. She gained 1 kilos of muscle this week and dropped 1.7% fat, and just upgraded to a program. So she's very excited.
Awesome. Well done. Well done. And you also have Ellen and Sarah. Now, they should be on the call, yes? Where are they?
Yes.
There we go. All right, Kel and Sarah, 12.2 volume points away from qualified producer. So before the end of the call, we should be able to congratulate Kel and Sue for being qualified producer, yeah?
It's coming. I just got to wait for the lady's money to clear so I can buy her product. It's all good. It's there. It's there.
But she's going to get an ultimate, right, Kel?
Oh, she did. Ultimate. That's Formula 1. Don't worry. That's off a trial pack.
Yeah!
Just took me 6 weeks to chase her around. Watch number 2.
Oh, sorry, I cut somebody off. All right, so we've got another one. All right, so we have Ellen managed to turn into a yes for a wellness evaluation through a positive talk. Awesome. Clap it up. And we have Randall and so that'll be Annie and Ranny have sold their first ultimate program. Well done. So, Annie, I'll just unmute you. There we go. What happened? Who did you sell it to?
It was a lady that comes into the gym every now and again. I had her, when she first joined up, I had her for a body assessment. And she noticed that she just wasn't losing the weight. She wasn't having extra energy. Like, everything wasn't working out for her. And so I basically mentioned, oh yeah, like I work for this company. Like we sell all of this, like we sell like weight loss supplements or stuff like that. And I was like, did you want to go on a trial pack? And she's like, get me on it.
Yeah.
I want everything and I want it now. She didn't go on a trial pack. She went straight onto the ultimate.
Awesome.
And she's absolutely loving it.
Awesome. Congratulations. Well done, mate. Well done. And, you know, it's super cool, guys, because, you know, sometimes that's the case. You might offer somebody a trial pack, but they go, you know, listen, I'm ready. They've been ready for a long time. And often they turn around and go, dude, just give me everything you got. Okay. So super cool. Well done, guys. Well done again. And we've got Megan who sold 6 trial packs in the last week. Well done, guys. Guys, Megan on.
Megan.
Yeah, I'm on.
All right, let me mute everybody else, and I'll unmute you just so we can hear you. All right, Megan, how you going?
I did the expo with Ellen, and fortunately for me, Ellen had to duck away a bit for her children. So I got 14 surveys done, and I've got 6 trial packs from that.
Awesome. Well done. That's awesome. So you were at a what was it, like a little expo sort of thing? Was that like a market?
Yeah, it was sort of like actually it was an expo that I probably wouldn't have signed up for, but I just thought, what the heck? Because there were people there reading auras and doing foot massages, and it was very different. Sound therapy. Yeah,
Okay,
so we just thought, right, let's give it a go.
Awesome. Well done. And you just did surveys, and then that led to trial packs.
Yeah.
Awesome.
2 wellness and then trial packs, yeah.
Awesome. Very, very cool. Super cool, guys. Well, again, congratulations, guys. Well done.
Yeah, well done.
All right, so guys, what's going to happen? I am going to buy about 45 seconds, and I need somebody to do that for me because my charger is in the other room and my computer's about to die. Woo! So, Lisa, you're
Yes.
my backup plan. Lisa, can you entertain them for the next 30 seconds to a minute? Woo!
All right. I'm assuming it will be in some form of inspirational entertainment rather than something else.
Yeah, singing.
Singing. Well, I'll give you a little example of just the shenanigans Brad and I get up to through our day when we're walking and talking, because Brad did a little bit of singing, and it basically booked an appointment for us. So if most of you are probably not old enough to know of Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz. They were a couple of characters when I was a kid. So, you know, I'm a dinosaur to most of you youngsters on the line here. So we actually have a lot of fun. We're very unserious when we go and do our door-to-door, because the key to personal prospecting is trying to find a focus in the office on the person, to actually get a little bit of banter going, because they're not sure who we are or what we're trying to sell, and we're just trying to get the feel of the person. So we did an office block which had a combination of shops and clinics in it, and this one was speech pathology. We started talking to the lady behind the counter. There was a very strong smell of food when we walked in. So Brad, of course, you know, needs to feel his biceps every day. He said, "Oh, it's lunchtime." And of course, the lady responded, "Yes, I've just eaten lunch. Unfortunately, the whole smell went through the air conditioning." Fast track, Brad was asking, "Oh, what do you do here?" It was actually a speech pathology clinic. Now, Brad doesn't have a lot of clinical background. So he said, "Oh, like la, la, la," you know, doing a little bit of a vocal. And I said, "Well, dear, it's actually not about singing. It's teaching people how to speak who have speech difficulties." And of course, both the speech therapist and the reception totally lost it, and they were laughing their heads off. Brad got very embarrassed. He went red. Doesn't happen very often. But because we broke the ice and they were both interested in what we were talking about of wellness, nutrition, body scans, we've booked an appointment. So there you go. Brad's singing actually scored a 10. It sounded like, yeah, it sounded like if you've watched Babe, you know how the little piggy goes, la, la, la. Yeah, anyway, I've watched lots of kids' movies because we grew up with watching the kids' movies.
All right, guys. Thank you, Lisa. All right, so guys, so we're back now, and I'm extremely excited to get into it now, guys. What I would like to do is perhaps address some of the problems in the past, and some of the problems perhaps people are facing now with their business, with what they're currently doing to try to find customers, with how they're looking after their customers. I'd like to try to hear just everything, because I believe that what I'm about to show you is pretty much going to solve all of your problems. So guys, in the chat box, or even if you're happy to put your hands up and have a chat, you know, I would love to hear from some of you. I know I saw Mara nodding her head there, so I'm going to unmute Mara. Everybody else, please make this a really open discussion right now, and tell me what you think the hardest thing about doing the business right now is for you. Okay, put that in the chat box. Mara, I'm going to open it up with you. Mara, can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
I have you. So Mara, what are some of the things that you've struggled with in the business for you?
My thing is invitations, big time.
Yep.
I'm not I don't like the whole, for me and for a lot of my coaches, the face-to-face is quite hard. But the flyer dropping, you know, I've done that. It takes a lot of time out of your day. Trying to find ways to make it simpler for people like myself who is a single parent, you know, doing the kids drop-offs, doing the kids sports, to trying to build a business, trying to work with a team. You know, I'm trying to find ways to make it a lot simpler for myself and for my team, to get inviting people to, you know, a wellness or fit club and that sort of thing. So I am having troubles with that.
Absolutely. You know, the biggest thing any business has, and what they worry about, guys, the biggest problem any business faces is more people. More people constantly in their business. More customers, more clients, more leads, more invites. And, you know, this is one of the biggest things a problem faces. Yet the people who tend to get in this business often don't have as much time, whether you are full-time or very part-time. And I see somebody there said she has a full-time job. And, you know, that's so important, guys. A lot of people have a full-time job and they want to start using this to then take over their full-time job. But the problem is what the reality is that the amount of work it does take, it's not that it doesn't work and it's not that it can't work. But what I would like to see is that the people that we bring into this organization, if they can do the work that we put in, it gives them what they're looking for. If you know what I mean. We really want to meet and beat their expectations. And I just feel like sometimes, and to be quite honest, a lot of the time, the problem is that most people aren't really willing to do what it takes. Like we all know that, right? We say we want something, we say we do it, we say we've tried it, but the reality is that we haven't really done enough and not enough of the right things. And this is for all of us. All of us face this problem. The reality is that there are so many things going on in our life and so many things happening that it is so gosh damn easy to neglect the things that are going to move us forward. You know, we neglect to do our invites every single day. We neglect to follow up our clients. We neglect to sit down with people. We neglect to make sure we're putting in procedures that are going to work. We know it's very, very hard. You know, these are the things. There's only really a few things that are there to move us forward. We neglect to work out. We neglect to eat the right foods. When the reality is, if we're in the business of healthy, active lifestyle and helping change and transform people's lives, you know, we neglect our own bodies. And we're meant to be out there showing people how to, you know, help live a healthier, active lifestyle, yet we can't control our own lives, okay? So this is so, so important. And a lot of the time what happens is people start trying to organize their life. They try to organize everything. They try to do this. They try to do that. A lot of the times, you know, it winds up being a bunch of sticky notes everywhere. And then you start getting serious. And you've created like your imperative and your important list and all these things, yet you still feel like you have this list that is completely and massive and you just like, oh my freaking God, I'm never going to get through this. And then you might start getting super organized. You start buying systems. You start buying, you know, a book that's, you know, $100 that's supposed to make my life easier. And yet it's just like nothing fucking works. And the problem is when that happens, you start to kind of hate yourself for it. You start to tell yourself how shit you are because, you know, you start getting angry. I should have done this. I should have done that. I could have done this. And you start basically shying away from the things that you know you should do, but you just don't because you're just overwhelmed, stressed out, and you're just trying to get through. And it becomes so gosh damn hard. When the reality is, there's only a few things you need to do, okay? And, you know, for me, I'm going to just show you, for me, what that was. So, guys, for me, there was 3 things that I wanted to do, okay? One is I want to get now, these are my new results. This is now what I want because it changes all the time. So what did I decide? I want to get down to 10, and I want to sit between 10 to 15% body fat all year round. All right. I want to get to a minimum of $15,000 per month, and I want to have freedom with my wife and my family. These are the things I wanted. So there was a few questions I had to ask myself, and I want you guys to ask yourself this right now. First of all, what do you want? What is it that you actually want? Not like, and you need to make it less complicated. Like if just 2 or 3 things is what you actually want, because you know those 2 or 3 things most likely lead to 10 other things. Like $15,000 a month, I don't want $15,000 cash so I can have it sitting there. That $15,000 a month is going to buy me freedom. It's going to buy me lifestyle. It's going to buy me an incredible, life with my family. I don't need to have those things written down and listed every day. I don't need to have all of these things going on. 10% body fat. I know if I want to get to 10% body fat, I need to do a certain thing. And then, of course, my freedom with my wife and family. So the question is, first of all, guys, before you get into any of this, what do you want? What do you want? Write a few things down now if you're on, okay? Really think about that. And then the next question is, guys, is why do you want it? For me, I always wrote down, I want 6, 8-pack abs. I want to be like 5% body fat. I want to be shredded as hell. But the reality is that I don't need to have an 8-pack and 2% body fat to do what I do, right? Like that's the truth. I don't need to have that to live the life that I want to live. So the reality is I'm not going to do those things that are going to get me to 2% body fat, 5% body fat, because I don't really want it bad enough. So if you're telling yourself you want something, but you don't want it bad enough, the reality is that you're not going to do it. So you need to really think about what you want and then why you want it. Because when the why is strong enough, the how will come. But you got to really want it. Why do you really want it? And then the last question is, what is your massive action plan? Not the member activation program. What is which by the way, most likely will be part of your massive action plan, okay? But what is your massive action plan? And again, I talked about, what it feels like when you start creating your list and how that can make you feel. Guys, for me, this is now my to-do list, and I have this up every day. For me, I have 4 things that I need to do. I have to work out. That's a must. By the way, you'll notice I don't have eat clean, eat spotless, eat like completely crazy. And you notice I don't have my shake, tea, and aloe, because you want to know why? Because I already know that. I don't need to tell myself and tick off in a little box, have your shake, tea, and aloe, eat clean, prep your meals. Because when you look at your day and you have 10 things and 50 things to check off, it becomes stressful and overwhelming. I know though, if I work out every day, I'm going to feel better anyway. I'm going to stop wanting to eat crap food. I'm going to look better, and I'm going to be the moving towards that 15% body fat. But yet I don't overwhelm myself with the 10 other things that it takes to get there. And that gives my mind clarity. It makes it so much clearer. It takes away all the fog. And then the same, to move my business where I want it to do, I need to do my invites and my follow-up. Pretty damn simple, right? Realistically, I just need to do my invite every day. And I have a minimum on there, and you'll notice the minimum isn't that much. I haven't said I'm going to do 3 hours of invites, 3 hours of follow-up because I'm going to be hectic crazy, right? No, because this is what happens. When you know you have busy days and you're not going to be able to do it, you feel like crap. When you put up a 90-day plan and you can't tick it off, you feel like crap and you stop doing it. So 1 day leads to 2, 2 leads to 5, 5 leads to you've forgotten it. It really becomes about putting yourself in a game so you're enjoying the game and you're winning. You know what you want, you know why you want it, and your massive action plan, you're actually doing it every day. And then for me, I clean my house for at least 30 minutes. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not like making a spotless, but I'll make sure I tidy it up, and I'll make sure I clean it. I'll make sure I look after the kids. I make sure I do what I need to do, because guess what? When I clean the house and my wife comes home to a clean house, you can guarantee that she's going to feel good and want to have a better relationship with me, okay? Okay? Right? So, guys, this is my to-do list. And here's the most important thing, guys. I will now be able to tick this off very easily. It's like 2 hours a day, 2 to 3 hours a day. If you don't have 2 to 3 hours a day, guess what? Stay up later or get up earlier. All right? Oh, I have kids. I have a family. No shit. That's why I'm now up at 4 a.m. because I got 2 kids to look after and take to school and pick up and stuff like that. I can do my workout and my invites and my follow-up and clean the house all before they get up. And guess what? If I do that, I've won the damn day. And do you know how incredible you feel when you can tick off all your boxes? And guess what happens? Because most likely now when you're on a roll, you feel good. You don't feel like crap. You don't feel like I should be doing more. I should be doing this. No, listen, do the things that they're going to move you forward. And guess what? Everything after that becomes an extra benefit. It's extra. It's bonuses, man. Everything after that, you're like, hell, man, I'm going to do another 60 minutes of invites. I'm going to go do another workout. I'm going to go help my team do the business. I'm going to go do these other things. And they just make you feel 10 times even better. You're like, holy crap, man, I'm a Superman. I'm on fire. It's a very different feeling when you start hating yourself because you feel like you're not enough. This is so important to understand. You got to stop hating on yourself, because that hate is just negativity. That is energy, and that energy is being put out when you go see your clients, when you see your team, and you have that, and that just turns negative energy everyone else. It spreads. So we got to stop doing that, guys. So, we just got to stop it. Okay? Oh, yeah, these are just some of my slides from the thing. All right, so guys, that's the first thing, okay? That's what I wanted to sort of cover before anything. Now, I want to go into any questions because we're going to have 2 Q&As. In the next section, I'm going to take you over the future and the vision of what we're leading to. But for now, guys, so far from what you heard, I want to take any questions, guys. You can unmute yourself or you can write up in the chat box. But how is that for you guys so far? How would you feel if you had 2 or 3 things that you could do? And by the way, if you had 4 things on your list and you complete 2 of them, you've still completed 50% of your list. You don't feel like shit. You do 3, you've completed 75%. That's pretty good odds. Okay, you know what I mean? So it's very different. You don't have to be hard on yourself anymore. Any questions or anything, guys, so far? Good, good, good. Okay, that's good, guys. All right, so we're going to move on to the next part. Now, guys.
Sorry, Beau.
Yeah.
Can I just, I was having a chat with Ellen today, and because Ellen's sending me her gauges every week, and we have a brief conversation. So today it was at lunchtime, and I made the comment that she's shifted to the next level, because I hope you don't mind me talking out loud about you, Ellen, but Ellen has been like most distributors, is that she's very scared to go out and invite.
Like
and
everybody else. Yep.
Yep. And she, I've noticed that she's being more profound in, what she's posting, wearing the brand, getting out there and just talking to people. But Ellen, if you can just unmute yourself, and there are a couple of things that you said, is that you went out and you said, I'm Ellen, this is what I do. Can you just share that little phrase? Because you're actually, your knees are knocking together when you call people, but you've got a little set of words that's just allowing you to hand out a flyer while you talk. No, can't hear you.
Her audio's not working. You know what might be good then? If we can just get that to be put in the chat box, and that would be good, Alan. If you want to put that in the chat box, and what we'll do, guys, is I want to make sure we have enough time for Q&A at the next part as well, because it's going to be important. So if you don't mind, guys, what we're going to do is move on to this next section. And for a lot of you, I did take a trip down to the Gold Coast, and I spoke to a bunch of you about this, but I wanted to touch on it again. And I want to be able to, you guys be able to ask any questions about it and show you guys in a little bit more detail so you can get more of a visual picture. All right, so guys, just really quickly, what is the biggest thing? Imagine if this was the business. Imagine if you created a Facebook page, an Instagram page, all right, and your job, and basically, what if we have created for you an automated process where, one, you can have constant leads coming in, and two, you don't have to sell them anything. In fact, the first 28 days for them would be free. And the amount of value that you would give them would be so incredible that they just never want to leave you, or at very least you get a testimonial, which then generates more leads. So for those of you who've been sort of paying attention, we talked about this a little bit earlier. We're basically been doing an online course at the moment, and myself, Brad, and Lisa have been working on this together. And what we've been able to create, we're about to be able to launch for the rest of the organization within, I don't know, 2 to 3 weeks, maybe a little bit longer, depending on how complicated it gets. But guys, so the biggest problem again becomes leads. But imagine if we can help you find your niche, and then we can target that certain audience. For me, I'm going to show you something that, there we go. Thank you, Ellen. Guys, just check in the chat box for that sentence that Ellen wrote down as well. Guys, so what we're going to be able to do for you is we're going to be able to create a 28-day challenge, online and offline. But we're going to target mostly online now. Each one of you are basically going to have an individual niche, which is going to then help us do Facebook targeting, and it's going to be able to put the appropriate message in front of the appropriate person at the appropriate time. Now, I'm not going to go into complete details of what that means, but that's going to lead to a bunch of leads, which then we will get on a call with. Now, these calls will be completely automated. I'm going to show you just a really quick process on how that might look. Let's say, one, you have it linked to your Instagram, your Facebook, and you put it out on Facebook ads, and all these people need to do is click a link. They click a link, and that brings them to their Facebook Messenger. Now, depending on how fast my internet is, it's probably not. Will depend on how long this will take. But that's going to bring us to Facebook Messenger, which is this said, hey, thanks for clicking through. I still have places open. If you would like a spot, just tap here to get started. Let's see if you qualify. They tap the button, and then automatically it goes through this process. And I'm just going to speed through it. I'm a man. Want to lose weight. If you would be selected, would you willing to do 3 workouts per week? Yes. Are you willing to be selected? Are you willing to be held accountable? That means a little bit of tough love. Yes, definitely. Are you a team player? Are you willing to work in a supportive group of blah, blah, blah? Sure, why not? Whether they click yes or no, it really doesn't matter, by the way. And then they come up with this voucher as for my 28-day Feed the Bees program, okay? And then shortly after that, they're going to receive a video. There we go. And also an inquiry. Congratulations. Guys, you got the voucher just above there, which you can see. Now, also, what you need to do next to get started is one of those 3 options below. One, you can either call me now. Right? And then I'm like, maybe I just want to SMS him. Maybe I want to call him, request a call back. Either way. So what then happens, guys, is you don't have to go out, and once we start getting good at this, I'm not going to teach you, the schematics of everything and how this is all going to work. But I can guarantee you this is that you're going to have a ton of leads coming in, and they're all going to be the type of people that you want to work with. Those leads then lead into a sale. Now, they're always going to have the option to buy a program or a 5-day challenge or 3 days, basically a trial pack straight away. That's optional. We're going to say, listen, we do have that available, but because this is a free challenge, if you don't have to, and blah 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 blah. That leads then to 28 days with you, and they're going to get workouts. They're going to get an app which is going to be personalized fitness plans, nutrition plans, everything like that. They're going to get a community of people that are going through it just like them. And I cannot explain how until we go through the demonstration together. But the way that the community interacts and how it's done is simply like bloody amazing and incredible and very, very intelligent. And I'm not saying this because I set it up, because I didn't. I wish I did. It's been something that I've been trying to set up, and then I found that through a course and everything that I've been trying to achieve, these guys have mastered it, okay? Now, that experience of 28 days then leads to one or two things. One, if they decide it's not for me, thank you anyway, no worries. They have to give us a testimonial video, which we then plug back into our page and leads to more leads, leads to more incredible, stories and more people looking at you as an expert in your field. Or two, they decide they want to continue. Great. If you want to continue, I have a 90-day transformation challenge, and it's amazing, and this is how much it's going to cost. Now, here's the cool thing. The 90-day transformation, there's going to be several ways to be able to pay for that and talk about that and do that. I'm not going to go into details of that, but I just want you to know it's going to be very easy and accessible for everybody. Now, the other thing is, guys, is they're going to have a platform that they can use every day. All right, now you can see here's like a little bit of a demonstration, and we'll be building out your own together. So they'll be like, yep, they'll have their own membership login site, and you'll be creating the welcome video, your mission, your code. There'll be all these things for people to do. And then it'll go into like week 1, day 1, and we're going to talk about this when we build it out. But basically it might be, hey, day 1, guys, we're going to focus on this today, and then here's a motivational video, and here's a PDF of something, whatever it might be. Day 1 to 28, blah, blah, blah. There'll be resources, exercise and training videos, as well as their own personal app where they're going to be able to record everything. They're going to have all the videos and everything done for them. They're going to have copies of PDF. They're also going to be able to get a message directly from you, whether that's every day, every second day, every week, whatever it might be, and it will be fucking automated. You don't have to remember to follow your client up on day 3, 5, 10, 20, 28. And this will continue in your 90-day program. It'll also continue for as long as they can decide to stay with you. And all you then have to do is follow them up and reply to those messages if it needs a response. That will be your job. Now, so far, who's getting pretty excited about that if that was the case, right? Yeah. All right. So, guys, I'm super excited about this. The first step would be to join my challenge so you can see it for yourself and you can experience it. Now, this won't be launched for another 2 weeks, but what you do need to do is you need to go onto my Instagram, which is fitcouple_down_under. I'll bring it up again so you can see the page. All right, so you need to go there, and I want you guys to click the link. Now you can see there, you'll see my niche. We'll talk about that, but you can see there I'm helping 1,000 people from the military community transform in 2018, join the movement. That's my niche, that's my market, that's what I'm gonna work with. Now I was talking to a girl just the other day, and what we decided is that she's been working in retail her whole life, and that's one of the biggest reasons why she joined Herbalife. But she knows the pains of working in retail. She knows how terrible it is. She knows how hard it can be to work out. She knows all that sort of stuff. So her niche is she's going to be helping women in retail change and transform their life, have more energy, and give them more purpose because they feel that they're not very valued. They get treated by crap by the public. So that's going to be her mission and her vision. And you're all each are going to have your own missions, your own visions. You might be a mum, you might be a dad, you might be a single mum, you might be a golfer, you might be whatever it might be, but there is something in you that you are a specialist at. Now, each one of those specialties are going to have a community of people that you're going to be able to plug into. You're going to be able to plug into, and you're going to be able to send them a message to them that they're going to be able to relate to. You're going to literally be able to be talking to them. That's what it's going to feel like. This is how you make your social media targeting get your money's worth. You're not just putting out a blanket statement and not really look like an expert in any field and not really have any idea about health and fitness, yet you're trying to say you're the expert, yet they could go onto Instagram and pick a guy who's shredded as shit and like looks like the fit couple, right? So you don't need to have that. That's going to be the benefit, all right? And now we're going to talk about this, and there's going to be training on this. And do not get me wrong. Do not underestimate me when I say this will be a lot of work. But the benefit of this is that how the training system is built for you, it is step by step by step. And I can tell you this, any idiot can do this and set it up if you follow it, if you reread it, and if you continue to watch the videos if you have to. You won't have to. But step by step by step, you will have your own systems, you will have your own training programs, you will have all of that. Now, again, this isn't going to come out straight away, so I just kind of wanted to give you guys a taste of what it's going to look like and what it's going to be like. This is going to be progressing over time. So, guys, I'm super, super excited for what's to come. And I want to let you know this. By the time it's ready and you guys are actually ready to do it, we will have a 28-day program designed for brand new. By the way, put your hand up if you think kickstarting a brand new member and activating them to do the MAP program and become a supervisor can be quite difficult. Imagine if every person you signed up could do that with ease, right? I want you to imagine that for a second. Now, a lot of the time, let's be honest, what really let them down was us. We didn't have the time. We didn't have the knowledge. Maybe we were going through something ourselves. But the reality is that these people who are brand new and they're signing up, they need your attention. They need your knowledge. They need your love, support, and care. And to be honest, you can't always give it to them. You need to be able to work with them and give them the basic fundamentals. But what if it felt like they were getting all that, yet it was automated? Don't get me wrong, you'll still be following them up and all this stuff is still going to happen. But what if 90% of your job was automated and they didn't know it? It just felt like that to them. How cool would that be? How cool would it be if you could give them a program and within 28 days, they have this entire system set up, they've done their first month map, and then you give them a 90-day plan, which they're going to do, and they're going to be on their way to active supervisor. There's no more, let's get you to supervisor. That could very well happen, and I'm not joking when I say this, within the first month. My expectation of this program is that people should be able to get the supervisor in their first month, even if they're brand new. All right? So, listen, I'm super excited about this. Could you imagine if each one of us now have a process to do that? We also now know how to go out and recruit people because we can teach you on that. You know, Jake and Jay did a great Instagram training on that. I still use that same process. But the problem is we didn't have anything to plug them into to make it automated. All right? And the problem is that we couldn't give them the results that we were promising. And to be honest, they couldn't give us the action that they promised. But if it doesn't take that much action, if it literally took you for a brand new person, 30 minutes a day to do your invites and follow up, well, then everyone's going to be able to do this. All right? So guys, we're going to go into Q&A now. So I'm super excited about that. If you want to unmute and ask a question, go for it. I'm just going to try to read some of these as well. Sorry, I'm reading. Maybe can somebody ask a question? Stranger things. Awesome goal, Alan. And good idea to pick a region. It's very important when you're niching. Your region's going to be very important. So excited. Awesome. Does look awesome. Sound good. So keen. Perfect. Randall doesn't mention me. Doesn't like the messaging people. Yep, good. You won't have to message people ever again. It'll be automated. When can I start? To be quite honest, it'll be realistically, there might be a few key people who start soon within the next 2 weeks or so. And realistically, it won't be punched out to everyone for at least a month. But there will be things that you will be doing in between now and then to get it started, if that makes sense, okay? So you'll be starting on it soon. And by the way, the process itself, you know, it's up in the air on how long it's going to take a brand new person. For now, to get it started and to get everyone moving, I might be holding like a weekend retreat for the people that are local, which everyone can Zoom into if they're not. And we might do like a 2-day weekend, like smash out this process and just sit at your laptop for friggin' 12 hours straight. That sounds fun to me. All right. So whatever we might have to do, guys, but we're going to have to do that. Great system. Yep. So, guys, are there any actual questions? Really? Come on, guys. You're not intrigued what it is, how it works, nothing like that? You just believe in me? Wow, that's stupid.
Hey, Beau, for the first time in a long time, I actually am just going to hand it over and go, tell me what to do, I'm doing it.
Awesome. Do we have, Beau, do you have more than one Instagram account? No. Can we add, maintain, what? Say again, Alan. Alan, just unmute yourself. Oh, no, you can't.
So she wants to know if we can add maintain weight or get fit to the questions rather than lose weight or gain muscle.
For what point is that? Yeah, absolutely. Okay, good question. So the ManyChat sequence that you guys saw, which is the system, by the way, that I use, it's called ManyChat. All right. The messages that come out are going to be done up by you. There will be a suggested one, which, by the way, I suggest you actually follow because it works for a reason. All right. You can go into depth when you do it later. But for me, I've been that person in the past where I've tried to reinvent the wheel. And if you get slightly off access, you can have a whole different, actual point, you know what I mean? So it's like you're going to be wind up somewhere completely different. So for me, by the way, guys, the course that we're doing is a $13,000 course, okay? So you don't have to pay for that, all right? So, basically now between myself, Brad, and Lisa, we're paying for that. So, again, let's clap it up for Brad and Lisa. And for me. All right, so does it cost to use all of this process? No, it won't at the start. It will only cost when you start doing your Facebook ads. And by the time that happens, you should have a minimum of like 20 retail customers, okay? And that just means you're just effectively putting some profit back into the business, but it's only when you get the profit, you know what I mean? Okay? So effectively, no. And it's from Jake. Yeah, I figured that. Jew. Quite literally, Jake is a Jew. So... All right. Any other questions, guys? Mara, you had a question before? Mara looks frozen, or she's reading something.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yep.
So I just wanted to ask the flow of the challenge, like about do we get them on a trial pack?
No,
So obviously,
you get them on an invitation to a free 28-day challenge at first. You'll get them on a call, and then it's all scripted. The entire call is scripted, or if you're good enough, you just do it yourself. It's just a phone call. Basically, you just tell them, yep, this is what the challenge is going to be like. This is what you're going to get. After the call, you're going to send them like an email, a link, and certain things that they have to do. But apart from that, that'll pretty much be one of the only things that you do. Okay? All right? And then what happens from there? Now, but what I would suggest is that, listen, after these 28 days, you talk about the 5 elements and that we believe in, one of them being supplementation. You just say, listen, you're not going to get that on the 28 days. But if you want, it is up to you if you wanted to look at a program, or we have a $30, $35 trial pack, whatever you want to charge them, that they could try for 3 or 5 days. If that sounds good, we can start doing that. And then after the 28 days, now what happens after the 28 days is it's a 90-day transformation program, and it's going to include all of your products, and then they're going to get extra stuff, blah, blah, and blah, which, whatnot. Now, what happens if they don't continue after the 28 days? We take away their app. We take them off our community. They get everything taken away from them. Because let me tell you this, after 28 days of being in love, falling in love with you, falling in love with the community, falling in love with the workouts that you've given them, the nutrition plans you've given them, when you have the ability to take it away if they don't continue, well, you've just got yourself more selling power, all right?
is there a prize for the 28-day challenge? Do you have prizes? No?
That's called cost. We don't have money. The 28-day challenge, and by the way, here's the benefit, guys. The 28-day challenge, because I know where you're sort of coming from there. Here's the cool thing. The 28-day challenge doesn't ever have a start or end date. What I mean by that is you are constantly, every day, running brand new 28-day challenges. Now, there will be segments and groups that are doing the 28-day challenge together in piles of like 5 or 10. But that's because all the leads just came in at once and you're starting them at the same time. But the benefit of this is they're not even going to know that. And then you might have a community of 200 people. They won't even know that they're going through the challenge at different times. And I can't explain how that works. I can just explain right now that the people who created this system are very intelligent, very smart, and it's one of the things that I can honestly tell you this. Like, I can honestly tell you this, and I can honestly sit here and believe this, that we all here as a group, as long as we all get sexy and ripped, could be the next fit couple of the world, okay? Like, I am honestly, we have found it. We have found the system that's going to be able to create stupid fucking success that nobody could ever believe. All right? What is it going to take? Patience. Be patient. Be resourceful. If you get given a task, don't say it's too hard. Some of you out there are going to be like, I don't know how to use computers. I don't know how to use Instagram. I don't know how to use Facebook. Here's the best thing. One, you don't need to know how. You're going to get taught. But you need to know that you need to be open to learn, and you need to be resourceful. Google it. I don't know how to do this. Before you ask me or anybody else, Google it. Do your research. Because the problem is you're not really looking for the answer. You're looking for a way out. If you really wanted it, you'll find a way. All right? If you don't want it, you'll find an excuse. So you want it, Google it, find a way. You still can't find it, then you ask us. But you're going to have the benefit of all of that. this is one of my main reasons why I'm moving back to the Gold Coast. And for everyone who didn't know, I'm moving back to the Gold Coast very soon, possibly within the next month, because I need to be there and we're going to have a little hub. And even if I have to empty out my entire garage and set up desks everywhere in my garage and house, then that's what we're going to do. Because you guys are going to be the leaders who dominate this shit. You're going to master it. And then you guys are going to go get team, mill team, pres team, 15K, 20K, 30K, 40K, 50K, 60K, 70K. And the entire world is going to be going, what the hell are they doing? Maybe when everyone's at 100K, we'll tell them. I don't know. But here's what's going to happen, guys, as well. Because of that fact, we are going to be very strict with information and our websites and our training platforms. At this point, we will not be sharing it with any other organizations for the fact that there is reasons behind that. It's not just us being selfish. One, we don't have time to train everyone's organizations because that's what it takes. Two, your success is more important than somebody else's right now. When we can become successful as an organization, then we can share it. All right? I always intend to share it because, again, my intentions is not just to get to present beyond. My intentions, and from day one, has always been that 1% mark use bonus. All right, and those who know what I'm talking about will understand why. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. So you guys are going to learn that along the way and why I mean that. You're going to understand why everyone actually does want to help each other. Guys, let's finish up with a couple more questions if you have any, and then let's end it for tonight, guys. So any questions, chuck them in there or unmute yourselves, guys. That's it? Cool? All right. Next step from here, patience. Patience. Take a breath. In fact, I would tell all you guys to almost have a holiday right now. Have a holiday of inviting people, though. Guys, go out and just start. Okay, this is what I would suggest right now. Figure out what your niche is. Who's your perfect client? Who do you want to work with? What age group? Give yourself a 20-year gap, 25 to 45, whatever it might be. Are they male or are they female? Okay. What industry are they in? Usually work one's a good one to pick. Are they a nurse? Are they in retail? Are they in the defense force? Are they work in the mines? Are they a single mum? Are they a busy mum? A mum that works 9 to 5 and has, lots of kids? Are they a dad who is working night shifts? Whatever it might be, and the more specific you can get, the more we can narrow down who you're going to be able to target and the more effective your marketing is going to be. That is your first job. Your second job is to then start talking to those people and start adding them. If your niche is being a nurse or working in the medical history, in the medical industry of some sort, then this is what you would do. You would go onto Facebook and you would type in any word that would associate with being a nurse, and you would join every bloody group. Every group on Facebook that you can join. Guess what? How many groups can you join on Facebook? It's unlimited. Currently, it's unlimited. You can type in, I hate being a nurse. I guarantee you there's a group for that. All right? And the funny thing is, because the girl I was working with was in retail, and I said, type in, I hate retail. It came up. There was about 5 or 6 groups. So guess what? Who are these people? These people also hate their jobs. So not only can you help them get healthy, fit, and active within their current job, and you know how to relate with them, you also got something else to offer them after, don't you? After their 90-day program, there's going to be something else that they get to do, okay? All right? We'll talk about that as we develop. Yep, good stuff. So whatever it might be, guys, go on, figure out what your niche is going to be. Then start dominating every area and finding out where these people hang out. What does yours say, Mara? Single parents, 25 to 35. Good. Good. Women or parents? Men or women? Pick one. Women. Good. Good, guys. Now, the reason why you want to have a niche of some sort as well is going to be very important because that niche are going to be interacting in the community. If you have a whole bunch of different people, it's very hard to get the community to relate. But when you have people that are so relatable, right, this is what your community looks like, and the interaction is incredible. All right? So, guys, super, super excited for what's ahead. I hope you guys are too. And if there's no more questions, so I'm adding all the nurses from the Facebook. Yeah, good. That's another thing. Once you add the pages, add them as friends. Yeah, okay, so once you've added all those people, you need to then have more attention. Where does attention come from? We are going to be using Facebook and Instagram. One, if you don't know how to use Instagram and build a following, we're going to teach you how to do that a little bit later. But for now, you have Facebook and you can have up to 5,000 friends. You need attention. So you need to have 5,000 friends, or at least get it so you have about 2,000 or 3,000 friends on Facebook. If you don't have 2,000 or 3,000 friends on Facebook, then you don't have enough attention, okay? When you create attention, and here's the best thing, if those people will relate to you, when you start putting out content, they're going to engage. When you get them to engage, you can then put them into a funnel. All right, guys? This is the process. So go do that. I would suggest the easiest thing to start off with is just going to your friends and going on and adding all of the friends of friends. Just so you're going to have a bunch of people that have mutual friends. People will add you if you have mutual friends, okay? Once you hit, you can unfriend. Exactly. Yeah, but for now, it's attention. So don't worry about trying to gather 3,000 people that are in your niche, because that's going to be very time consuming. All right? What I would suggest is you just get enough people's attention, because there's going to be ways for them to share that. Because if it's like, when I have a message that says, oh, hey nurses, how shit is it being a shift worker, blah, 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 blah. If you're a nurse or you know a friend of a nurse, make sure you click the box below, blah, 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 because I have this incredible challenge that I'm running, blah, blah, blah. So they're going to be able to either tag a friend or share it and stuff like that as well. So don't get too worried about that for now. You can also, because the best way to target is going to be within the groups, within other sectors and that as well, but you need attention. Focus on that, guys. Go add the shit out of people. Start posting. We'll talk about more of that later and what needs to happen. But if there's no more questions, guys, thank you everyone for coming on. We'll say goodbye to each other. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye, guys. And we'll see you very soon, and we will all be grinding together, not on Grindr though. All right.
Night.
Bye.
Night.